guys, I'm back, and just to see what this will look like, I'm trying something. I'm actually gonna do a retrospective of my collection so far. I'm gonna start with my smallest one and work my way up. So my small collection is GameCube right now. I currently have 4 GameCube games right here, and I decided to go through each and every one of them and give a little insight on them. So this may not be as long as some of my other videos, but I just want to make it short and sweet. So game number 1, hopefully this will work right. This is Enter the Matrix. This was the Matrix tie-in game. Focus, camera, focus. That's probably as good as you get. But yeah, this was the tie-in game to the Matrix, where you get to play as I can't even remember the damn Matrix. Oh my god. If you guys ever seen Doug Walker's review of the Matrix movies, I mean, I'm not a huge Matrix fan. I only really seen the first one. But yeah, you remember these manuals? I fucking love manuals. I hate it when I go into my PS3 and PS4 collection, and then I get pissed and I find manuals. Bring fucking manuals back. I really love these things. Cause look at this. I just went to the back page, but yeah, like they're fully detailed. Sometimes there's actually really cool art, or there's really cool footage from the games. It's like, can you bring these back, please? I like manuals. That's why whenever I get a new, like one of these old games, I gotta make sure there's a manual in it, or that comes with the case. But yeah, this was based on the movie. You got to play as it's not Neo and Trinity. I can't even remember the fucking Zero. I remember Zero. And who was the chick? Niobe. God damn, I feel like an idiot. But yeah, you got to play as them. And I've played this before, but I've never actually finished. The furthest I got was trying to fight the agents when you first fight them on the roof. That's as far as I got. I never actually went back to finish it. But I've heard interesting reviews on this game. Some people call it okay, some people call it the worst thing ever, but it got good reviews, and it's one of the few GameCube games that actually comes with 2 discs. Yeah. I can't remember. I think I played the original Xbox version. I think it came with 1 disc. I think it was because the game required too much graphical input that this one got divided into 2. But yeah, this is definitely gonna have to be a let's play one day. Put the menu back. Yeah. And if you want to know, I actually organize all my games according to console and alphabetical order. Flushed Away, based on the DreamWorks movie. I played this as a kid on GameCube. I had this on GameCube as well, and I've gotten pretty far. I didn't beat it. I know I got more than halfway into it. Yeah, this is one of those games. Back when we had PS2, original Xbox, and GameCube, I think that was the heyday of movie tie-in games. Because in my personal opinion, there were a lot of movie tie-in games that were particularly good and not like really bad. I can name a few big ones on the top of my head. This, the SpiderMan games, Kim Possible, Ed, Ed, Eddie, Ratatouille. I know some of those aren't movies or TV shows, but basically the same principle. Chicken Little, the SpongeBob games, the Fairly OddParents games, the Jimmy Neutron games. Those are all good examples of movie or TV show tie-ins. And this is no exception. This is a great platformer. The only real problem that I had was the sections with the boat on the Jimmy Dodger. Yeah, but other than that, I do like this game, and I will finish this. Ah, yes. One of the best games on the GameCube and won a Player's Choice Award. The Incredibles. Yes, yes. I've had so many memories with this game. Everybody who was my friend back then played this. This is one of the best movie tie-in games. And it didn't follow the movie perfectly, but it had all the key scenes, had extra levels. You even got to play as all four characters. Here was the look. This was a very good game, and I remember beating it once, because that'd be the first time. I remember I would just go back and play like old levels because it was that fun. But what I remember big about this game is that I know there was a sequel, Rise of the Underminer. Have not played that. I want to though. But about this particularly is that for most of the levels you play only as Mr. Incredible. That was the real downfall. I mean, I like Mr. Incredible as a character, but I would like more levels with Mrs. Incredible. Because if I remember correctly, Mr. Incredible took up almost more than half of the levels of the game. Miss Incredible was about 4 levels. Dash had 2. Then there was one with the Incredible. And Violet only had 1 level. And there was a stealth section. And I'm a huge fan of stealth games. I love games like Metal Gear and Splinter Cell. I like those kind of games. And please don't mind that. That's my brother and my dad if you can hear them. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. I just personally wish that some of the other family members would have got more gameplay. Except for Violet. Violet, when I was a kid, Violet section was so hard because for those who played this, you know the Incredimeter that lets you use your like special ability, like you can make Mr. Incredible's attacks more stronger, or you can make Elastigirl's arms longer to get more distance. But when you use Violet's, hers runs super quickly because it's only her being invisible and being in the stealth section. And if you got hit once, you were dead. And it was hard because you had to calculate exactly how much of your special meter could be used before you turn visible again. It was really annoying. But other than that, this is a great game. And last to my GameCube games, we have SpiderMan, based on the first movie by Tobey Maguire. Yeah, this was the first Spider-Man game of the new era. There was 2 that came out on the N64 that were very, very, very similar to this. I actually think that because the ones I'm thinking about were called Spider-Man, and then there was Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro, and those were obviously based on the Spider-Man, the animated series from the 90s. This is very similar to those games. You can search it up on YouTube. You see what I'm talking about. This is very similar to that playing style, except, you know, enhanced graphics. But this is the notorious one where if you touched the ground or you got too low, you were dead. But yeah, for the first of its time, this is actually a decent Spider-Man game. I beat it. I like this game. I really do. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. This was the game where, like I said, you could not touch the ground, but like it didn't follow the movie perfectly because obviously Green Goblin was the only villain. But yeah, this was the first appearance of Shocker, Vulture was in here. It's a guilty pleasure. I really do like this game, despite the few problems it has. The Green Goblin fights where you have to land on his glider while you're fighting him, probably some of the funniest stuff I've seen in a video game. The Vulture fight when you're climbing up his tower was pretty tough. For a while, I would always die on the Shocker part because I never knew how to do the web dome as a kid. But yeah, this is one of my favorite games on the GameCube. Spider-Man 2 is obviously better, and Spider-Man 3 for the PS3 and 360 was also a good game. The only real bad Spider-Man games are based off the Amazing Spider-Man. Not because of their gameplay elements, but just because they seem so small. And they seem to lack a cohesive story. Like, I know they're based off the movies, but it's not the same feeling. It's like, I played these, like Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, then I also played Ultimate Spider-Man, which is based off the Ultimate comic books. And if for those who don't know, Ultimate Comics was a thing that they did in the early 2000s where many of the Marvel heroes started all over their superhero careers in modern day. So you had a Peter Parker that was still in high school. You had, instead of the sorry about that, instead of the Avengers, you had a team called the Ultimates, and then you had like young X-Men coming together. It was just a very interesting concept, and the Ultimates is actually where, uh,
Huh? I'm saying, where was we even going?
sorry about that, guys, my brother and dad, but yeah. If you guys were wondering, that's where Miles Morales, the African American Spider-Man, came from. He came from the Ultimate Universe, and yeah, I'm sorry. I just like that character and comics in general, so I had to like go off a little, but yeah, good game. But yeah, these are all of my GameCube games. For now, I do plan to get more because, like I said, GameCube is one of my favorite consoles. But yeah, this is my GameCube collection for now, as of today. So thanks for watching, everybody. I will definitely get to the other consoles up here. So later, and I'll see you next time.